If it's made in chocolate, I love it, okay? So what I've done was, in order for me, because in a few minutes we're going to be converting some of these into a different metric unit, what I've done is I've come up with a mnemonic strategy for us to use. Can anybody say or read what's up here? What does it say, Jashidi?
Miss, I drank chocolate milk.
All right. What do you think the letters represent?
Meter, decimeter, centimeters, and millimeters.
That's right. And so that's the way I'm going to remember it. Going down the stairs, meter, decimeter, centimeter, and then millimeter. Okay? These are the steps that I'm going to use, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm going to convert meters into millimeters, decimeters into centimeters, decimeters into millimeters, and so on. Okay? It's going to be very, very helpful. So what I want you to do is, I actually want you to write this mnemonics down on your Do Now book, because you're going to have to refer to it come homework time. And we're going to put it to the test to see if it actually works. All right. You should be able to remember this since I got a whole bunch of chocolate for Christmas, right? And by the way, I ate it all. All right, ladies and gentlemen. If it's there, it's there. I got to eat it. So, Miss I drank chocolate milk, all right? And that's the mnemonics that I'm going to use when I need to convert from meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters, okay? We're going to put it to the test. We just established that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So we're going to put it to the test. Oh, I need my steps. Okay. So let's check. I'm going to start off with my 1 centimeter, okay? Here's my 1 centimeter, right? As I go down the stairs, I'm going to add a 0 to my 1. So ladies and gentlemen, let's look at another one. We just established that 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters. 1 decimeter equals, oh, did we say that already? So let's check. 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters. Okay, let's check. Let's go back to my stairs. Where am I going to put my 1 at? Where am I going to put my 1 at? What step? 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters. Where am I going to put my 1? What am I going to start off with, Jose? Decimeter. And I'm going to go down the stairs, right? How many zeros am I going to add? 1. This is a quick way. I say on that PSSA, I'm like, man, I forgot about this. Oh, wait, Miss I drinks chocolate milk. I go ahead and write my steps real quick. And as I'm going down the stairs, I'm adding zeros. So I know that 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters. Let's take a look at another one. We said that 1 meter equals 10 centimeters. Okay? So what step am I going to start at? What step am I going to start at? Giovanna?
Meters.
Meters. And I put my 1 there. How many steps am I going to go down? 1, right? So 1 meter equals how many decimeters? 10. Okay? So we just checked it, right? Are there any questions about this? No? Is anyone confused about this? All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to model one for you. Okay? All right. You ready for my modeling? Okay, I need all eyes up here. All right. My question is, how many decimeters are there in 5 meters? And I actually don't remember this right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and think of that mnemonics that my teacher came up with. And that was Miss I drinks chocolate milk. Those are my steps. And I know that as I go down the stairs, I need to add zeros. I'm going to go ahead and look at my question very carefully. It says decimeters and 5 meters. Those are the facts that I'm going to need to solve this problem. Okay? I know that I have to start at my 5 meters. My 5 is right up here. I know that I need to go down all the way to decimeters. Every time I go down the stairs, I need to add a 0. So I'm going to start at my meters and go down the stairs down to my decimeters. I'm not going to go down to centimeters or millimeters because that's not what my question is asking. So I know that 5 meters equal 50 decimeters. And I can check my answer by making sure that I go down the stairs and that I add a 0. I can go ahead and check to see if I use my facts. My meters, and I started there. My decimeter, I ended there. Okay, and that's the end of my modeling. Very quick, right? It's a quick strategy. Very quick strategy. So now we're going to do one together. You can go ahead and put your meter sticks on the floor. All right, so you're going to help me out with this. Yes, Denzel.
We don't have a test on this, so I think I know a way that we can remember the size of chocolate milk.
How are you going to
chocolate
milk? You're going to give me chocolate milk?
Have you sit down and drink it.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and do this one together. All right. Can you read the question for us? Let's see. Omar. All right. How many centimeters are there in 3 meters? What is the very first thing that I do? Someone come and show me. Come and show me. Bella? Very first thing. I'm stuck. What am I going to do? And as she is processing how to go about this, I want you to go ahead and start processing this using your Do Now books. Go ahead and write down your way of strategizing this problem. Okay? Thank you, Bella. So can you explain to us what you just did?
I remember the sentence that you made, Miss I drinks chocolate milk, and then I put all the first letters.
Okay.
And then I put it to the middle steps.
All right, real quick, what does the M stand for?
Meters.
Meters.
Decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters.
And millimeters. All right, what's the next step that I take? Come and show me. What is the next thing that I do? Giovanna? And again, as Giovanna is processing, I want you to go ahead and you strategize. How do you go about finding this answer? Okay. And can you tell me, Giovanna, why you put the 3 on top of the meters?
Because there's 3 meters.
Okay, there are 3 meters. I want you to go ahead and do the next step. Okay. And would that be your final answer, or do I still need to continue working out this problem?
Continue.
Okay, and why do you say that I need to continue working out this problem?
Because it's asking for the centimeters and for the decimeters.
All right, so she said that she has to continue on to centimeters because that's what they're asking for, and she's still on decimeter. Does everyone agree with this? Yes. Okay, so who can go ahead and do the next step? Jose. All right, and does everyone agree with this? Did anybody go about solving this in a different way? Okay. Would you say that 3 meters would equal 300 centimeters? Yes. So in other words, here's my meter stick again, right? 3 of these, Jose's, Bella's, and mine, equal how many meters? How many meters? 3. And then how many centimeters? Times 100, 100, 200, 300. Would you not say that this is a quick way of doing it? Yes. It is a quick way of doing it. So what I want you to do is now to get together with your partners, okay? I'm going to erase everything here. And I want you to come up with how many centimeters are there in 8 decimeters. I want to hear those conversations, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do first? Why do you do that?
First step is to write the centimeters things there in 8 centimeters. So I'll see the
Drinks, yeah, not right.
1 decimeter.
Even though that is true.
So what is the first step? Let's do this first.
Okay, so then the first thing, so it says we have 2 things. It says how many centimeters are there in 8 decimeters. So we're asking for centimeters, so we put the 8
in the decimeters.
So we're just gonna put it 8 on the, and every time we go down, we add 0. We put the 8. So 8 is asking for centimeters, so it has to be okay. So
So why did you put your 8 there?
Because every time when we go down the step, we add 0. So I think it's 8. So we already did the problem. So
Decimeters or meters?
How many centimeters are there in 8 decimeters?
How many centimeters are there in 8 decimeters? So why do you have your 8 on meters?
Because we start from millimeters and we go down
because
are they asking about
and we
meters?
get our
Are they giving you meters?
decimeters and then
What is the
then
information
I
they're giving
always
you?
add a 0 when you go down, so it's 80.
So
If
where are
you
you going to
start
start?
here, it's going to be
Right.
800.
Yeah.
Be 800.
Don't just automatically start at
So we
meters
have to
because
look
it's the first step.
At the last
You have to think
part.
about what's
and
given,
at the
right?
number, because the number
right.
and the last part
Good. So
tells
write out
us
your problem,
where we need
and you
to
can
start.
actually say
So we
8
started at
decimeters
decimeters
equal
because
how many centimeters?
How many centimeters are there in
Exactly
80
like that.
decimeters?
80 decimeters.
So we put 8. So every time when we go down, we add a 0. So then we gotta end at centimeters. So we got 8.
So stop on centimeters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you'll be enriched, all right, in a few minutes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what did you come up with for your answer? Wendy?
I drew the millimeter, the decimeter, and the centimeter, and the millimeter, and then I put the 8 in top of the decimeter,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put a little arrow to the centimeters, and I got 8.
Okay, so she said that she drew the steps, all right, and she did meters, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter, okay? And you said that you put your 8 on,
Top of the decimeter.
all right. Now this is what I saw. I saw the 8 on top of the meters. Is that correct?
No.
No. Why not meters? Jarelli?
Because it's not asking for meters, it's asking for decimeters. So we gotta put the 8 where at the top of the decimeters, because at the end of the question it asks how many centimeters are there in